Hi, y'all. So we're going to go through the fourth chapter, the fourth week of the Uke Camp. So we'll have a review of the stuff we've done up till now, and then we'll do some songs. We'll introduce a couple of new chords and maybe some new strumming. So mostly this is just about review and about playing songs on the ukulele. Okay, so let's get started. First, move back a little so you can see a little better. This is not a good spot, is it? Let me turn this thing off. Okay. So, first thing we'll do is hold in the ukulele. So we're going to take it, I know you can't see my leg, but we're going to rest it on our right leg. We're going to hold it with our right hand. We're going to take our left arm, put it down the side, relax, shake our fingers, relax, relax, relax. Then just raise your hand. You're going to have your fingers spread out. Raise your hand up, and you're going to let the ukulele fall right between your thumb and your finger, that slot right there. And where we're going to place it is right where the round part of the neck comes up into the head. There's kind of a little notch there. We're going to let it sit right in there. Let's do it one more time. So on our right leg, left arm down, relax, relax, wiggle your fingers. Raise your hand, fingers spread out, then let the ukulele rest right between your thumb and your finger. Okay, and you should be right at the nut at the top. That's where your thumb and your finger should be, right at the nut. Not up here by the tuning pegs, not down here below, right at the nut. That'll give you the best place to put your fingers down. Okay, let's do that one more time. Right leg, left arm down, relax, wiggle your fingers, raise your arm, fingers spread, let the ukulele rest right in there between your thumb and your finger. Then take your fingers, your four fingers, your hand should be perpendicular to the neck of the ukulele. So when you look at it, you should just see the side of your finger. You shouldn't see your palm. Bring your fingers down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring them up, wiggle them, bring them down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring them up, wiggle them, bring them down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Okay, the next thing we're going to do a little bit is strumming. So to start out strumming, we're going to use our index finger, and we're going to keep our thumb pointed, so we have a pointer like this, and where we're going to strum is where the neck and the body come together. And what we want to do when we strum is we want to rotate our wrist like this. So we're hitting the strings with the nail on our index finger when we go down, and when we come back up, we hit it with the meat of our finger. Down, up, down, up, up, down, up. Great. So let's tune. We're not going to use the tuner. We're just going to tune together. So I'm going to play. We're going to assume that I'm in tune. I think I'm in tune. I tuned up right before this. So I'm going to play each string. So we're going to start with the G. Remember, the strings of ukulele are G, C, E, A. Godzilla can't eat anything. What we're going to sing while we do this is, my dog has fleas, my dog has fleas. Okay, let's start on the G string. So it's the fourth string. Strings on the ukulele are numbered from the floor up, like the floors of a building. So the one closest to the floor is the first string, A. The next one is the second string, which is E. Next one is the third string, C. Next one's the fourth string, which is G. You'll notice the ukulele is tuned reentrantly, so the top string, the string that's closest to your head, is higher than the next one. That's what gives it that ukulele sound. Okay, so we'll start with the G string. I'm just going to pluck. You adjust your tuning peg. My. It's the fourth string. My until it sounds like this string. My. Next string is the C, the third string, this tuning peg right here. Dong, 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 dong. So when you're trying to get in tune, get a string in tune, you need to pluck it a lot. So you can hear what you're doing. My dog, this dog has. If you don't pluck it, if you just turn the tuning peg, and every once in a while you pluck, you're not going to get close. So you want to pluck while you're turning the tuning peg. Okay, E, has, E, has. And the last string, A. Please, 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 please. Great. Well, you should be in tune. Let's do a song. So I'm going to switch this over. Okay. We're going to do Are You Sleeping? So this is a C chord. The C chord. So the way we spell chords is we start with the fourth string and we say which fret is going to be pressed down. In this case, there's only one string that has a fret pressed down on it. So the way we spell it is 0, 0, 0, 3. 0, 0, 0, 3. That's a C chord. The strumming pattern we're going to use for this is just the down strum. Just using our finger, we're only hitting the strings when we go down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. That may seem really simple, but it's really hard. And the thing that's hard is maintaining a steady rhythm. For any kind of strumming pattern, the rule is if you can say it, you can play it. So you want, when you're practicing a strumming pattern, even a simple one, you should count it out loud. You can use the numbers, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you can use a word like Chattanooga. Something to help you keep that rhythm steady. Okay, so we'll do Are You Sleeping? We've done this several times before. We'll do it a little different. So we're going to sing it. We'll sing it 3 times. First time through, we'll sing Are You Sleeping? The second time through, I'm going to sing Row, Row, Row Your Boat. You sing Are You Sleeping? And then the third time through, we'll come back to Are You Sleeping? And if you want, when I'm singing Are You Sleeping, you can sing Row, Row, Row Your Boat. It's up to you. Okay, let's try it. We'll just do the down strums. I'll strum in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? Brother John. Brother John. Morning bells are ringing. Morning bells are ringing. Ding, dang, dong. Ding, I'm going to adjust this a little so you can hopefully see more of the ukulele. Excuse me, I still have a cough. I think it's just allergies. Okay, next tune we're going to do is Take Me Back to Tulsa. So this is using these two chords that we learned, I think, last time or time before. This is called a chord twin. It's the same shape. C7 is spelled 0, 0, 0, 1. And this F add 9 chord is 0, 0, 1, 0. It's two shapes. You can do them both with your first finger. And you just have to move it from the first string to the second string. First string, second string. Now we'll do this strumming pattern here. And what we're going to do, I'm going to do this on the C7 to start. So it'll be 1, be down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Okay, that's the pattern. And what we'll do, we'll strum the C7 and the F add 9. We'll move back and forth. We'll do 2 measures on each. So I'll do it once and then we'll do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. C7, C7, F add 9, F add 9. And then back to the C7. So we'll do that and we'll go back and forth. We'll do them, I don't know, a few times. It's good practice on the strum, and it's good practice on changing the chords. Okay, ready? 1, we'll do it a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. C7, 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2. F add 9, 2. C7. F add 9. C7, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. F add 9, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. C7, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and F add 9. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and C7. F add 9. One more time. C7, F add 9, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 3. Okay, so we'll do this, Take Me Back to Tulsa. So when I turn this on, it's going to scroll. It's going to hopefully slowly move up the screen. And if you're looking at this on your computer monitor or a TV or whatever, hopefully you'll be able to read the words. So let's try it. So it starts on the F add 9. I'm going to strum in and I'll count for us to start. 1, 2, 3. Where's that gal with the red dress on? Some folks call her Dinah. Okay, I screwed up. Let's start over. I forgot to start it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's that gal with the red dress on? Some folks call her Dinah. Stole my heart away from me, way down in Louisiana. Take me back to Tulsa. I'm too young Little man raises the cotton, big man gets the money. Take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to marry. Take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to marry. Walk and talk to Susie, walk and talk to Susie, walk and talk to Susie, walk and talk to Susie. Take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to marry. Take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to marry. I went down to the railroad, laid my head down on the track, thought about that gal of mine. I gradually eased it back. Take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to marry. Take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to marry. We always wear a great big smile, we never do look sour. Travel all over the country, playing by the hour. Take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to marry. Take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to marry. Take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to marry. Take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to wed. That's a lot of strumming practice there. It's a pretty long song. So one of the things in a song like this, when you're getting going, is if it's a long song, be sure and relax the finger that's pressing down the string for the chord. What I do, I will hold it down when I do a down strum, but I'll lift it up when I do an up strum. Usually it sounds fine in the song. It actually adds a little bit. I didn't do it there. But to keep your fingers from cramping up, you don't want to just gorilla it through the whole song. But also, be aware of how hard you press on the strings. You don't have to press very hard at all. Okay, next song we're going to do. I'm not sure we've done this song. This is a really dumb song, but it's a good song for practicing these chords. We've got two chords here, the G6 and the D7. These are two finger chords, but again, it's the same shape. So the G6 is spelled 0, 2, 0, 2, and I use my first and second finger to press that down. 0, 2, 0, 2. And the D7 is 2, 0, 2, 0. And I use my first and second finger. So I just move them back and forth. Now when you start to get learning more complex chords, when you get 3 or 4 finger chords, in order to get that shape where your fingers can go to that shape easily, a good way to practice is what we call pulsing the chords. So I'm going to do this on the G6. And what you do is you get that chord, place your fingers on the strings to make that chord. Strum very, very slowly. So you strum down and you'll press the strings down. And then just relax your fingers and bring your strum up. And then down, up, press, relax, press, relax, press, relax, press, relax, press, relax, press, relax, down, up, down, up, good way to do that is to set a kitchen timer and do it for a whole minute. Do it for a minute at a time. You can do anything for a minute. But if you do that for a minute, you're probably going to do it 50 or 60 times, which is a lot of really good practice on that chord shape. I do this pulsing the chords all the time. When I have a chord that I have difficulty playing, or I have a chord change where I'm moving from one chord to the next and I can't quite get it, I'll go very, very slow and I'll do exactly that. I'll pulse those chords. So in addition to learning the chord, you can also use it to learn chord changes. So we'll do that a little bit on here. So we'll do from the G6 to the D7. So we'll start on the G6 and we'll do down, relax, and then press the D7, down, up, then G6, up, G7, up, G6, up, G7, up, G6, up, G7, up, G6, up, G7, up, G6, up, G7, up. And again, do that for like a minute. Set a kitchen timer. Don't think about anything else. Just do that. When the timer goes off, stop. And when you're practicing, especially getting started, don't practice for more than 10 or 15 minutes at a time. You can do that 2 or 3 times a day, but don't sit down and play for an hour or an hour and a half. The tips of your fingers will start to hurt, and you'll start to not have fun. You always want to stop before the fun is gone, so that you're ready to come back. So the strumming pattern we're going to use here is going to be down, 2, 3, 4, and 1, down, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Okay, so let's use that strumming pattern, and we'll strum 2 measures on each of the chords, the G6 and the D7, and we'll go through it using that strumming pattern. So we'll start on the G6. I'll strum and then I'll count us in. 3, 1, 2, ready, go. G6, G6, D7, D7, back to G6, G6, D7, D7, G6, G6, D7, D7, G6, D7, one more time, G6, D7. Great. Okay, so let's do this song. Again, this is going to scroll up. Hopefully, if I start it, we start at a G6, so I'll strum. 1, 2, ready, go. You can tell the world, no, there was no girl. You can burn my clothes when I'm gone, or you can tell your friends just what a fool I've been, and laugh and joke about me on the floor. You can tell my arms go back into the pond. You can tell my feet to hit the floor. You can tell my lips to tell my fingertips they won't be reaching out for you no more. But don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, just don't think it understand. If you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, he might blow up and kill this man. You can tell your mom I moved to Arkansas. You can tell your dog that bit my leg. You can Brother Cliff, whose fist can tell my lip, he never really liked me I'm not okay. Or you can tell my eye, watch out for my mind. It might be walking out on me one day. But don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, I just don't think it understands. If you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, he might blow up and kill this man. Don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, I just don't think it understands. If you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, he might blow up and kill this man. He starts strumming again. Don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, I just don't think it understands. If you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, he might blow up and kill this man. It's a dumb song, but it's good practice. And it's good in a song, especially getting started. It's good when you have a break in the song. So we did that one verse with no strumming, and we come back to the strum. It's hard to do, and it's good to practice. So it's a nice skill to have. Okay, so now we're going to get into some regular chords. So instead of the chord twins, these are two completely different chord shapes, and these are two of the most common chords you'll use. So it's the C and the G7. We already know the C, 0, 0, 0, 3. Now the G7 is a 3-finger chord. So there's different, you see the numbers down below that G7. Those are suggestions on the fingers to use. 2, 1, 4, or you use your little finger. I don't do that. I use my 3rd finger. So use my 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. I use my 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. And use my 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. Now these 3-finger chords are a little more challenging than 1 or 2-finger chords. G7 is one of the most common chords you'll encounter, so you'll want to practice it quite a bit. So let's pulse that G7. We'll do it pretty slowly, and we're not going to change back and forth. We'll just pulse on the G7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Press up, press, relax, press, relax, press, relax, down, up, 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 down. So if you listen, when you can really hear that my fingers are still on the string. So down, got the chord. When I do up, see how that sounds kind of dead? That's because I've just relaxed my fingers. I'm not, when I press down, it sounds, when it's just relaxed, it mutes those strings. If I was lifting it off the strings, you'd hear that. So this is what you want to hear when you get started. Now as you go, as you get better, you can go a little more quickly, although speed's not really important here. Eventually, you'll be able to pick your fingers up off the strings and get back and play that G7. You won't be able to do it at the beginning. It just takes some time. Again, use your kitchen timer, do it for 60 seconds at a time. Do it for 3 or 4 days, and you'll have that chord shape. So this song has a C and a G7. So the strumming pattern we're going to use here is, I'm going to do this on a C, is down, down, up, down. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3. 1, So if you're having trouble with the G7 and you just can't get it, you could use the G6 here. It would sound fine if somebody else is playing the G7. You can hear the difference. This is the G6. Here's the G7. G7 sounds better. The G6 works, but it's a little different. It's more jazzy. Okay, so we'll do this song. We'll do it kind of moderate tempo. If you can't do the G6 or the G7 or the G6, when we come to those chords, you could play the Z chord, or don't play any chord at all, but keep moving your hand like you're strumming so people will think you're playing. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to strum on C, and then I'll count us in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight. Come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Dance by the light of the moon. I was walking down the street, down the street, down the street. Pretty little gal I chanced to meet. Oh, she was fair to see. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight. Come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Dance by the light of the moon. Ask her if she'd stop and talk. Stop and talk. Stop and talk. Her feet took up the whole sidewalk, left no room for me. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight. Come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Dance by the light of the moon. I asked her if she'd have a dance. Have a dance. Have a dance. I thought that I might have a chance to shake a foot with her. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight. Come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Dance by the light of the moon. Danced with a gal with a hole in her stocking, and her knees was a knocking, her shoes was a rocking. I danced with a gal with a hole in her stocking, and danced by the light of the moon. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight. Come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Dance by the light of the moon. I really like that song. Okay, so the last tune we're going to do today, there's more songs in your book. There's songs in the back of your book that you can go through. They're mostly 2-chord songs. There's also on the Tuesday Uke website, I'll include this in an email to everyone, there's a recording of 2-chord songs. There's also a PDF that has the song sheets for each of those in there. And those all have strumming patterns with them. So that would be something you could go pull down and play along with or play by yourself. Those would really be a good place to start. So this tune, Dream Baby, uses the same 2 chords, C and G7. But we're We're going to use the same strumming pattern. So the strumming pattern, I'm just going to do it on C. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up. Okay. So in the first verse, sweet dream baby, sweet, we're going to do that strumming pattern. When we get to the middle verse, dream, we're going to use all down strum. Dream baby, got me dreaming sweet. Then we're at the last verse, we're going to switch back to the original strumming pattern. So you'll see it here in the song sheet as we go through it. But just so you know, and we're going to go through this song 3 times. So you get plenty of practice. Hopefully I won't start coughing in the middle of it. Okay, I'm going to strum in on the G7 here. We're going to use that down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sweet dream, baby. Sweet dream, baby. Okay, let's start over. I broke out of the strumming pattern. Let me see if I can stick with it. I went to the island strum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sweet dream, baby. Sweet dream, baby. Sweet dream, baby. How long must I dream? And we're going to change to all down strokes. Dream, baby, got me dreaming sweet dreams the whole day through. Dream, baby, got me dreaming sweet dreams. Nighttime too. Back to the original. I love you and I'm dreaming of you, but that won't do. Dream, baby, stop my dreaming. You can make my dreams come true. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sweet dream, baby. Sweet dream, baby. Sweet dream, baby. How long must I dream? Down strokes. Dream, baby, got me dreaming sweet dreams the whole day through. Dream, baby, got me dreaming sweet dreams. Nighttime too. Back to the original. I love you and I'm dreaming of you, but that won't do. Dream, baby, got me dreaming sweet dreams. You can make my dreams come true. Sorry. Back to the top. Sweet dream, baby. Sweet dream, baby. Sweet dream, baby. How long must I love you and I'm dreaming of you. That won't do. Dream, babe, make me stop my dreaming. You can make my dreams come true. Woo! That change in the strumming pattern in the beginning is really, really good practice to get to go from one to the next. It's hard to do at the beginning, but once you get it, it makes the song sound good too. One thing, when you're doing the down strums on that middle section, if you just hold it down, you do it, which sounds okay. But what sounds better is if you relax after each down strum. So it shortens it up. It makes it a little staccato. It sounds kind of neat. It's good to practice. Okay. That's all the time we've got for today. I hope to see you all in person sooner rather than later. I'm going to go back and I'm going to do the first two chapters of the Uke Camp, and I'll do recordings like this as well, and I'll get them all up online. I'll send out an email and let you know, and I'll include that 2-chord song recording with those as well, so you can go grab those off the internet. So everybody stay safe. See you later. Adios.